Boys, let's jump into it. We got the NFL Week 9 pick show. Last week, I finally went against my own dumb brain. Had a good week. Zach's still sitting in first place at 30-18. Pigoy 5 games behind at 25-22-1. I'm in third at 21-25-2. And Maddie bringing up the rear at 15-32-1.
Let's not talk about Maddie's rear on the show.
Let's not forget there was an 0-6 because I didn't get a turn in 1 week too.
That is true. So I have to beat you by at least 6. That's really my only goal for this year is. And right now I'm right at 6, so I feel confident in that. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Zach, give me your noon picks.
My noon picks, I got Chiefs. Well, it's not noon. This is a London morning game.
Germany.
Chiefs. Oh, Germany?
Yeah.
Sorry. Is this the first time they've done that in Germany?
I thought they played one there last year, but I could be mistaken. Might be.
I think it's the first regular season game there ever.
I got Chiefs minus 1.5, and then actual noon game Rams +3 in Green Bay.
2 bad picks. You're putting your money on Brett Rippon starting for the Rams because Stafford ain't starting.
He's still the best quarterback in that game.
That's a dumb statement.
Best quarterback at Lambeau Field on that day.
You two say some dumb things. That was one of the dumber ones, Maddie.
He's awful. Brett Rippon was better in the Mountain West, too. He was better at Boise than fucking Jordan Love was at Utah State.
8 games into his NFL career. Chill out.
Stinks. 5 seasons into his NFL career. What are you talking about?
5?
Hey, sitting on, thought he was going to learn. He was going to just absorb this all for 3 years, and then he's going to be ready to roll. Stinks.
He'll be fine.
Stinks.
I like much more the position where we're in now than you're in. I'll take our position every time at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, well, Gutekunst will get you where you need to go. Don't worry.
I think he may be on his way out anyway. But I also I don't hate the Chiefs pick there, Zach. My only worry is that the Chiefs are not traveling until Friday, where the Dolphins went like Tuesday, I think. So maybe a slow start, but only a 1.5 point spread. You got to feel like the Chiefs should be able to figure it out.
Let's hope.
Maddie,
Andy Reid will absolutely destroy some sausage there, so he'll be fine. He'll be ready to roll.
Yeah, that's a heck of a vacation for Andy Reid.
Perfect. Let's see. So my first one, I'm going to go Homer, and I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears because there's no reason David Carr, which either Carr should be 8.5 point favorites over anybody in the NFL. They suck. He sucks. That team's not very good, in my opinion. I think that number's outrageous, and that's the only reason I'm taking the 8.5. My other one is Houston minus 2.5 against Tampa. I feel like this is a little bit of a bounce back spot. And Tampa just I was high on them for a while, and they just keep letting you down every week. It feels like they just keep coming up short. And I don't mind Baker, but it's just I don't know. Something about that team feels off a little bit. So I'm going to take the rookie Stroud against the Bucs.
I don't hate that.
Good.
He's very good.
And like you said, Maddie,
real deal.
Bouncing back from last week, bad loss to the bad Panthers. You know, especially a young team, they got to take stuff like that and be like, hey, we got to learn from that. We got to bounce back quick. It's a fast league. You know, we turn around real fast. I like the Texans area because, to me, like you said, I feel like the Buccaneers have just been like the definition of mediocrity, right? They're beating teams.
It just feels like a team that could be had. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree there. I am also with you on the Bears plus 8.5 for the sole reason I don't think that the Saints should be favored by 8.5 points over anybody.
It's a weird number.
Since when are the Saints this great team?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that scares me off a little bit is like, why is the number that big? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It feels outrageous to me.
Like they had the 1 week where they just blew the Patriots' doors off. And then their other wins, they beat the Colts by 11, who did not have Anthony Richardson. They beat the Panthers by 3 and the Titans by 1. Like, that just doesn't scream this is a team that's going to bury, a team even on their backup quarterback. So I'm on the Bears plus 8.5 as well. And then I've also got the The Ravens -6 at home. We saw what happened the last time where the Ravens were at home against a better team in Detroit. I don't think it's going to be that crazy of a game where it's like 35-0 at one point. But the Lions are better than the Seahawks, and the Ravens are back at home. I like the Ravens here a lot.
When you go to the 3 o'clock games,
You got nothing on either of the, or on the Ravens game? Anybody?
I do not.
I have no trust in the Ravens right now.
Maddie?
I mean, no, I don't have it. I haven't played anything in that one. I haven't really gotten nothing about that game screams anything to me personally. I think Baltimore's a good squad, but obviously they dismantled Detroit a couple weeks ago. That was an impressive performance. Feels like they're kind of a hot and cold team.
To Zach's point, they turned around then and played the very bad Cardinals to a 7-point game. I completely get where you're coming at with that.
There was kind of a fluke touchdown to make it the backdoor cover for fucking the Cardinals too, because I did have the Ravens plus or minus the points. But I will say, yeah, I mean you're absolutely right. It's like the hot and cold effect with that team going across the country. That a lot of people talk about going west to east and how that's a big drawback. Same trip going the other way. So. And there's always, I think you could always find a little bit of a letdown spot there too. So, I mean, I think Baltimore is still a very good team.
Moving to the 3 o'clock games. Who you got, Zach?
I have Eagles -3 in Philadelphia against the Cowboys. This is a big game for the Eagles. I've just really not been that impressed by the Cowboys. So I'm going to go with Eagles -3 and then Giants +1.5 in Oakland. Or not Oakland, sorry, Las Vegas. I know
still
you can
Oakland
always say
the
oh,
Chargers are still in San Diego too.
Damn it.
The coaches firing. You want to always take that team, but I think it's going to go the other way. I think they're going to get destroyed by the Giants, and this Raiders season is just wild. And you still got Devontae Adams.
They're probably more of a mess. They're probably more of a mess than the Bears are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
at least the Bears have like that. They could possibly have a number 1 pick next year, and like maybe 2 top 5 picks.
Right.
The Raiders, what are they? They got Devontae Adams, who doesn't want to be there. They just traded for Jimmy G, who they're maybe going to bench. Like, what is going on?
You got to figure Max Crosby's going to want out too at some point.
Yeah.
And you just fired the biggest doofus of a head coach. I mean, it's. Have you guys also heard that story, like the rumor going around about how he got fired?
That was fake.
Oh,
the fortune cookie was
so
fake.
hard. That was real. That would have been incredible.
Who we got?
Boomy got.
No, I had a feeling
that was PFT at its finest, right there.
My brother had sent it to me, and I didn't. I just read it, and I was like, "That God, I hope this is."
It's one of those ones you just wish would be true, but in the back of your mind, you're just like, there's no way, but I'm gonna pretend like it is.
The red squiggle line under the auto-corrected word was a little bit of a giveaway.
What is he gonna do though? Is he done?
He'll be go back and be a coordinator next year.
Yeah, I mean that's his only hope.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go be offensive coordinator forever. I don't think
he'll go be the OC for Saban.
Job.
Yeah, or he'll go be like a quality control guy for Belichick again.
Yeah.
Maddie, who you got in the afternoon?
I got fucking Will Levis just getting absolutely steamrolled. Let's see. I'm gonna go against Zach on one of them. I got Dallas +3. I agree with everything Zach said that Philly's the better team. I think Dallas isn't that great. I think there's something about that number that is just like begging you to take Philly. So that's the only reason I'm going with Dallas on that one. Not a lot of other afternoon games to pick from. And it's just one of those weird lines. It's like, I think Philly's awesome. I think fucking Philly should probably be at least almost a touchdown better than Dallas.
Yeah.
That number is weird to me, and that's literally the only reason I'm going with Dallas. And then I got Carolina +2.5. I think they're going to take that. It's up to 3.5 now. I'll take it against Indy. I think it's another one of those spots where you build a little momentum. You got a young quarterback. I don't think Bryce Young was outstanding last week, but the kid got a win. It's not a team loaded with talent, in my opinion. So you got to take the gains where you can. I think he's the kind of guy that's going to progressively get better. He's not having that impact that Stroud had, where it's instant impact, looks like a stud right away. But I do think there's some things you can work with Bryce Young too. So we'll see what how his career or how the rest of the season develops. But I like the spot for him tomorrow on Sunday.
I am with each of you guys in a pick. I have the Eagles -3, and kind of same train of thought as Zach is like the Eagles are the better team. They should win this game. It does scare me. This is the one pick this week that scares me the most for the fact that Maddie brought up, and like this line does stink. I think Philly at home should be able to cover at least a field goal. And then I'm also with Maddie on the Panthers in the sense that like I just don't trust the Colts. I think the Minshew magic is kind of worn off this year. They haven't looked great here late, and I also just feel like the Panthers being at home, coming off that win, they've realized what it takes to win a football game. They'll be able to keep it close. I don't know if they're good enough.
They did not win. We do not need the Panthers to win some games here.
And I also find it funny when the Panthers win games. So secretly cheering for money line there. So let's move to Sunday night. Bills Bengals. Bengals -2. Who do you got, Zach?
I have the Bengals -2. I think the Bills. It's been rough season, and I also think that this Bengals team, like they had the last few years, are turning it around after a rough start. So I'm going to go Bengals -2, and I think the Bengals are going to be good the rest of the season.
Hard to argue with. Maddie,
I'm off mute. I took Buffalo +2. It just felt like another kind of a stinky line, and that's another. It's just like it's one other one. Since he's hot, they're playing better. Joe Burrow's getting healthy. They looked really good last week. I did have them money line, so it was a nice win. I was happy about. Buffalo coming off just looking kind of a little bit blah in the last few weeks. But again, 2 points. Why? And I'm just going to take Buffalo. It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if the Bengals looked really good last week, and that's what kind of worries me, and that's why I'm on the Bills. I don't know if they can consistently do that a second week in a row. The Bills, the season. I mean, they're still 5-3 at the end of the day. So I think that if they're able to come in and really get that offense going the way they can, they're going to be all right. And Cincinnati, I just need to see more consistency out of that. I haven't seen. Show me that 2 weeks in a row you can go beat a good football team, and then we can start talking. But I'm on the Bills +2 there. Moving into Monday night, we got the Jets at home as 3.5-point dogs to the Chargers. Is everybody here on the Jets?
Yes,
I am.
Same.
Big. Yep. Love the Jets +3.5.
Especially like I think the Chargers are an average football team, but the fact they have to go across the country after playing at home on Sunday night and turn around and play Monday night.
Yeah, don't let them beating the Bears.
Yeah,
distract you from the Chargers are not that good,
and the Jets defense is very, very good. It's very good,
and they're starting to get a couple things figured out offensively. I know Zach Wilson's not a world beater by any stretch, but there's still pieces on that offense that they can get going. So
I feel like there's got to be a way that if you've got Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, you can do something on the ground. I don't know. That's their offensive line isn't good either, so that doesn't help matters. But they've got some playmakers outside, and obviously two guys that can be productive at running back.
Absolutely.